you're running one of our power grids, then the other power grid should also look and say, you have the same. So that's why I think it has to be attributed. We have to understand what's going on, and then who are the right people to defend against that, and what action should the country take. I got time for one more question. Go ahead.
So, you mentioned architecture and defensive architecture, building it up and making it great the first time. Those of us outside of the DoD that may have worked in the DoD before are quickly shocked at the lack of money. So like now I work particularly in the FBI, and they will literally fuss over $10,000, which is not something that I'm accustomed to. And we're running on an old architecture, and our systems cannot go down. I cannot downsize. I cannot do anything. And it's literally a funding issue. How do I turn $5 into 10? Or how do I strengthen the architecture for little to no cash?
It's a great question. How do you do this with constrained resources? And for the government, this is a big question. So I think the path, and it depends on which agency are you with?
FBI.
FBI. You know, I worked for 8 years with Mueller. He was great. He was awesome. In fact, he's my lawyer right now. No, he does not have a warrant out for me. You know, I'll just say as a side note, I think Comey is equally good. He's a great American, just trying to do the right thing in a very tough situation. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And what he said is, okay, I'm going to do what I think is right. I'm going to say, here's the data I found. I'm going to go run through this as quickly as I can, and I'll tell you what I found. And he did. And everybody can yell at him on both sides, but he's doing the right thing. Now on networks, how do we do it? So I think the issue that you face and that the rest of the government faces is how do we align the networks of government? And how do we get you the resources we need to have a defensible architecture? I think there's two parts. And this is actually the plight of all your mid-sized and small companies. They don't have cyber experts. They are wrestling to get IT folks in. We were helping out one of my friends who's down the street. His IT folks are barely good at running their network, let alone defending it. And so when they ask, well, what's it take, you say, here's what you need to defend it. And they say, whoa, I'm not sure I can afford that. And that's the position you're in. So one of the things that I think that's coming that you should look at is, if you look at the total resources you put in your current architecture, the question is, what's it take to go to the cloud, and how does the government help you shift to the cloud where it's appropriate, secure the data in the cloud, and make this a more defensible architecture? I think my belief is the commission will hit this hard, and that will be very helpful to you. And I think that's a good thing. I think you do need help. The government should set the standard in this area. You know, when OPM gets hacked, when we lose data, that tells us we're not where we need to be. We need to go fix that. And I think that's one of the things that will come out of the commission. So thanks. It's been an honor and privilege to talk with all of you. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, General Alexander. Oh, sorry. All right, so. Calm down a little bit, Jim. Relax. Okay. So, where are we at? So it is about 9:45. Or 9:45. We have 15 minutes before the next set of sessions. A couple things, a couple announcements. First off, there is a raffle that is going to go on around lunchtime. So if you haven't picked up your raffle ticket, please do so. One of our session sponsors, EC Council, has done